today. But here's my game plan for today. We're going to start off with the singing bell, as we often do, our kind of familiar invocation. One of the reasons why I start off with that almost every class, almost every session, is it's kind of like a Pavlov's dog idea. Like when you hear it, you will start to drop into that place. It's the same idea that when we chant at the beginning of Kundalini class. It's with the familiarization of the chant helps you to drop in, helps you to start to let go of that external stimulus. And so the familiarity of the bell, in that it is the sort of introduction and invitation into our practice, will actually get you to start meditating without actually having to do anything. It's just by hearing it, right? You just hear the bell, you start to drop in. So that's part of why we use the bell is at the beginning. We will then go into a little bit of a Kundalini meditation, which is very simple, very easy, one of the easier ones. So no worries there. Just a little breath meditation. We'll do that for a little while. It's a 3-stroke breath for health, energy, and radiance. So that's kind of nice. We'll get that for a few minutes. Then we're going to sit quietly, and I'm going to read the poem I read earlier. I'm going to read it again, just because it's so good, and who knows when it's going to come back up again. But it's just such an amazing poem, and I think captures not just the spirit of the inauguration. So, by the way, for those who weren't here or haven't heard it yet, this is the poem, The Hill We Climb by Amanda Gorman, who was the poet laureate of the inauguration, a 22-year-old woman who gave the poem at the end of the inauguration. And it's a remarkable poem. And so I think it's not just speaking to that occasion, it's speaking to all of us in our collective occasion of what we've been through and the possibility of what's before us. And so it's both honest and hopeful at the same time, which is a big task. I mean, I'm still really impressed that this 20-year-old could pull it off, because to take on honesty, to take on really seeing reality as it is, and to be hopeful and to show the possibilities at the same time it's really a courageous thing to do. And so I think she did a great job, and I want to share that. And it'll hopefully sink in on a deeper level after we've started our meditation. So we'll start some meditation, we'll do some meditation, we'll listen to the poem, and we'll let those words kind of touch us a little more deeply, maybe. So it starts to touch not so much through the thinking mind, but it'll tap into that soul, really, into how does this speak to me on a deeper level, and maybe open up some places of possibility and tenderness and within ourselves. And then we'll continue with some of that Shambhala meditation that we've been doing through the last couple of weeks. We've been integrating that into our meditation practice. So we'll do some Shambhala meditation at the end to just let those feelings be, not to try to rush away from them. Sometimes when something opens up within us, a moment of sort of tenderness or revelation, we can tend to be like, oh, not so sure I'm comfortable being here, right? But let's see if we can make some space for it. Let's see if we can make spaciousness to be in that tender, hopeful, honest place with ourselves, right? Meditation in many ways in our spiritual work is really a practice of intimacy with ourselves. And so we will use the first part of our practice today to kind of open ourselves up, and then the second half to sort of just be in that open space, to just explore, allow the healing, allow the realizations to just come, whatever it might be, without any expectation. You don't like say, oh, we're going to heal, oh, we're going to be revealed. It's like, we just allow whatever is going to come. And maybe it's just a few minutes of quiet, which is okay. Okay, I'll take a few minutes of quiet. Thank you very much. And that's more than enough. So that's our game plan for today, and see where it takes us. Right. We'll start off with the singing bell. So find your comfortable seat, feeling your sit bones into the ground, crown up towards the sky. Begin to breathe deeply through your nose into your belly. Letting the belly rise away from the spine on the inhale breath. Letting the belly fall back down towards the spine on the exhale. Soften the shoulders. Soften the face. Lengthen the spine. Inhale, chest and belly rises. Exhale, chest and belly falls. Inhale, chest and belly rises. Exhale, chest and belly falls. Soften the shoulders. Soften the face. Inhale down the front. Exhale up the back. Keep elongating the spine. Breath steady, long, deep. Letting go. Letting go of the thoughts. Letting go of the worries. Letting go of the tensions. Letting go of fear. Letting go of judgment. Coming back into the witness. Watching. Noticing. Allowing. Bringing your left palm in front of you, the left palm faces up towards you. Take your right hand and place your right hand on top of your left so they cross over. Crosses over like that. And then we're going to cross the thumbs and squeeze the hands. And then just bring this right in front of your heart center. Pull the shoulders and chin back, lengthen up to the crown. We'll inhale through the mouth in 3 strokes. So it's like this. Each time we inhale, we squeeze the hands, squeeze, squeeze, and then we hold at the top, pull the chin, pull the base of the spine, and then exhale out through the nose, one long breath. Inhale through the mouth, squeezing the hands each time. Hold for a moment, engage, pull up, Exhale, release the squeezing. Breathe out through the nose. Inhale through the mouth, squeeze 3 times. Hold at the top, gently engage, squeeze and pull up gently. Exhale out through the nose. Inhale 3 times, squeezing the hands. Hold at the top, a little bit of squeeze, root lock, chin lock, pull up through the crown. Exhale through the nose. Soften the shoulders, soften the face. Inhale 3 strokes. Hold. Gently pull up. Exhale through the nose. Empty, 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 empty. Inhale 3 strokes. Hold. Gently pull up. Exhale through the nose. And continue in that pattern now. Inhaling 3 strokes. Holding at the top. Exhaling 1 long breath out through the nose. Shoulders back, crown up. You create your own timing, your own rhythm here, however long you want to hold at the top. There's a little bit of just kind of holding, exploring, allowing. And then releasing. On your next exhale, let your hands come down onto your knees, palms facing up. Gyan Mudra. Pull the shoulders and chin back. And just breathe normally, deeply through the nose. Nice, steady breath. And let these words touch you the way they're meant to touch you today. The hill we climb. When day comes, we ask ourselves, where can we find light in this never-ending shade? The loss we carry, a sea we must wade. We've braved the belly of the beast. We've learned that quiet isn't always peace, and that the norms and notions of what just isn't always just ice. And yet the dawn is ours before we knew it. Somehow we do it. Somehow we've weathered and witnessed a nation that isn't broken, but simply unfinished. We, the successors of a country and a time where a skinny black girl descended from slaves and raised by a single mother can dream of becoming president, only to find herself reciting for one. And yes, we are far from polished, far from pristine. But that doesn't mean we are striving to form a union that is perfect. We are striving to forge a union with purpose. To compose a country committed to all cultures, colors, characters, and conditions of man. And so we lift our gazes not to what stands between us, but what stands before us. We close the divide because we know to put our future first, we must first put our differences aside. We lay down our arms so we can reach out our arms to one another. We seek harm to none and harmony for all. Let the globe, if nothing else, say this is true, that even as we grieved, we grew, that even as we hurt, we hoped, that even as we tired, we tried, that we'll never be tied together, that we'll forever be tied together, victorious, not because we will never again know defeat, but because we will never again sow division. Scripture tells us to envision that everyone shall sit under their own vine and fig tree, and no one shall make them afraid. If we're to live up to our own time, then victory won't lie in the blade, but in all the bridges we've made. That is the promise to Glade, the hill we climb, if only we dare. It's because being American is more than a pride we inherit. It's the past we step into and how we repair it. We've seen a force that would shadow our nation rather than share it, would destroy our country if it meant delaying democracy. And this effort very nearly succeeded. But while democracy can be periodically delayed, it can never be permanently defeated. In this truth, in this faith, we trust. For while we have our eyes on the future, history has its eyes on us. This is the era of just redemption. We feared it at its inception. We did not feel prepared to be the heirs of such a terrifying hour, but within it we found the power to author a new chapter, to offer hope and laughter to ourselves. So while once we asked how could we possibly prevail over catastrophe, now we assert how could catastrophe possibly prevail over us? We will not march back to what was, but move to what shall be, a country that is bruised but whole, benevolent but bold, fierce and free. We will not be turned around or interrupted or by intimidation, because we know our inaction and inertia will be the inheritance of a next generation. Our blunders become their burdens. But one thing is certain. If we merge mercy and might with right, then love becomes our legacy and change our children's birthright. So let us leave behind a country better than the one we were left with. Every breath from my bronze-pounded chest, we will raise this wounded world into a wondrous one. We will rise from the gold-limbed hills of the west. We will rise from the windswept northeast where our forefathers first realized revolution. We will rise from the lake-rimmed cities of the Midwestern states. We will rise from the sun-baked south. We will rebuild, reconcile, and recover. And every known nook of our nation and every corner called our country, our people, diverse and beautiful, will emerge, battered and beautiful. When day comes, we step out of the shade, aflame and unafraid. The new dawn blooms as we free it, for there is always light, if only we're brave enough to see it. If only we're brave enough to be it. And now turning the palms to face down onto the knees. Pulling the shoulders back, lifting the heart. Pulling the chin back, lifting the heart some more. Pulling the shoulders back. Inhaling, sitting up. Exhale, releasing. Eyes either closed or maybe just a little open, a little bit of light coming in. Soften the face, lengthen the spine. Inhaling, sitting up. Exhale, releasing, emptying, letting go. Let yourself stay spacious, stay soft. Don't rush to regroup. Don't rush to integrate. Don't rush to move on. Stay in this open space. Let the wisdom of the ages touch us. The thread, the sutra, from me to you, to each other, to eternity. We tap into that thread, allow that thread to open us, soften us, connect us. Beyond the time-space continuum. Soften the shoulders a bit more. Inhaling, I'm sitting up. Exhaling, I'm letting go. Taking a deep inhale breath. Hold, suspend, gently pull up. Exhale. Inhale again. Hold, engage, pull up. Exhale with a sigh. Bring your palms together at your heart center. Take a deep inhale. All that is sacred and divine in me bows to you and honors all that is sacred and divine in you. Namaste. Namaste, everyone. Thank you all.